First and foremost, I want to give all praise to Yahweh, Bashem, Yahushai. Double honor to the elders of the Great Millstone. And salutations to all y'all coming on how in the Bible is begging to the marriage. I want to title this video, Esau's kingdom, Babylon's downfall. You know, there's many reasons why America's gonna be destroyed, you know, by thermonuclear missiles, you know, and the Holy Angel. You know, ultimately it's because Esau can't keep the laws, no matter how many times he swears on the Holy Scriptures, you know, in the courtrooms. You know, he just can't keep the laws. You know, he can't do nothing right. You know, but it's also carnal ways, you could say, stuff in this world that, you know, that is also gonna be it's kind of like a Rome. You know, I'm gonna get one of the reasons. One of the reasons why Rome fell was the economy. You know, uh, so like, you know, ultimately it's gonna be the Lord. But the Lord always gives a reason on why something has to happen. You know, the Lord wouldn't do nothing without a reason. You know, Esau bullying other nations. You know, scriptures tell us about that too. You know, and the scriptures talk about Esau's kingdom grew. You know, which that scripture I think is Habakkuk. You know, he enlarged his desires as hell and is as death and cannot be satisfied. He bestows to him all people and all nations. Ain't that what Esau is doing? Didn't he do that in Rome? You know, I'm about to read this. Rome Empire grew so vast that it pretty much eliminated any opportunity to trade. They conquered and took over everyone with whom they traded. So ain't that what Esau did? Esau took over the whole world. You know, who's Esau supposed to contend against? You know, who's he supposed to trade with? You know, and that's easy. So there's no type of infrastructure, there's no type of economy because you took over everything. So there's no trading system. So basically, you know, you got your wealth, and when it depletes, you can't recover it because there's nothing you got nothing. You know, there's nothing that you don't already have. You know, so when it's gone, it's gone. You know, so like Esau system. You got American embassies. You got American embassies across the United States. You know, not Salaki, not American embassies in China, Russia, Syria, Iraq, you know, Iran, whatever. You know, you got a lot of American small military bases in the Middle East, China. You got American troops in their other allied countries such as Britain and Germany. So look at this: more taxes to pay for war, wars and defense. Population decreases due to wars and diseases. You know, these diseases Esau talks about: Ebola, flu, coronavirus, right? You know, taxes. You know, Esau puts a lot of money into their defense system. You know, their military. A large reliance on slave labor. Rome stopped developing new technology. Agriculture declined. That's Esau. You know. And I've been noticing lately. I don't know, man. It's I keep seeing locusts and grasshoppers lately. You know, I'm not saying anything out of the ordinary, but it's been a while since I've seen locusts and grasshoppers. So I'm thinking, you know, that because since it says agriculture decline, you know, that can be coming to Babylon, America, because there's been locusts all across the world eating up all people's crops, you know. Isaiah 14 and 12 to 23. How thou fallen from heaven, O Lucifer, son of the morning. You know. Doesn't Esau profess himself to be a light bearer, to be a helper? You know, Esau gives food to these starving countries, you know, and all this. Thinking he makes donations and stuff to the children orphanage, I don't know. Esau makes donations for children and help kids in need. But yet, behind closed doors, he's kidnapping these children and making them out to be sex slaves, you know. And then, you know, Esau's sick. Epstein Island, You got these celebrities are into that type of stuff too. You know, these basketball players, these musicians. They're sick. Whether it be for part of Israel or part of these heathens. Jake. Everybody's doing wicked. How thou cut down to the ground, which didst weaken the nations. How thou cut down to the ground. You know, and the Lord is cutting America down, Babylon. You know, which didst weaken the nations. Through sanctions, through embargoes, through you can't have a nuclear missile in your base. You can't have plutonium or whatever. Esau stopping Iran, trying to stop Iran. Actually, I should say, because Iran ain't listening to America. You know, ain't Russia listening? No one ain't listen. It's getting old. It's getting played out. And it's not working. No one ain't listening to this place. There's nothing to listen about. For thou hast said in thine heart, I'll send it into heaven. You know, that's Esau. He thinks he's gonna send. And be on top all the day long. I'll exalt my throne above the stars of the Most High. That's what Esau thinks, that he's better than Jake. The only reason why Esau thinks he's better is because he has money. But wealth doesn't make you who you are. It really doesn't. Anybody can get wealthy, and that's it. Esau, not, but Esau's trying to prove himself so much. So much so that you got. I think you got Esau trying to you ever heard of Project Bluebeam? It's basically holograms and stuff. But if you think about it, I think Esau makes all these new technologies to prove himself to the Most High. Like, look what I'm doing. Like, I'm better than your people. I am. That's the way I see Esau. What he's trying to do. Try to prove himself to the Most High that he deserves his birthright, that he is better than us. And that's just not gonna happen. I'll sit also upon among I'll exalt my throne above the stars of the Most High. I'll sit also upon the mount of the congregation in the sides of the north. I'll ascend above the heights of the clouds. How did he do that? Above the heights of the clouds, airplanes, jets, space stations. That thou shalt be brought down to hell, to the sides of the pit. To hell, to the sides of the pit. Not actual hell, but at the bottom of the barrel. How you see Jake in the projects, apartments, or whatever. And it's they Jake is all clumped up in one building. That we're in hell. We're in the pit. Another man's heaven, then another man's hell. We're in hell at the moment. You see Esau's kingdom slowly on decline, but we still have these curses on us. The scripture didn't tell us when Esau is going down. That means but they're slowly. I would say our curses are slowly being lifted. They that see thee shall narrowly look upon thee and consider thee, saying, is this the man that made the earth to tremble, that did shake kingdoms? And people, uh, is this the man that made the earth to tremble, that did shake kingdoms? Everybody's gonna look at Esau like it. Everybody's gonna be surprised on how someone like this, he's probably gonna be in his natural state, looking like a them cavemen from the Flintstones, and back in the cave with the wooden club in their hand, with them giant eyebrows, yeah, looking all confused. That's gonna be Esau speaking in me no understand. He's gonna talk like that. That's gonna be Esau. So Esau's gonna be scratching his head and all confused. That's Esau. He's gonna be going back in a natural state like a monkey. You know. You know how monkeys scratch their head. They climb. You should honestly. They're gonna be they use their hands to crawl on the floor. That's gonna be Esau. He's gonna be at the bottom doing all of that. You know. Pentagon. I'm gonna get more in the military though. Because America is slowly being revealed as this wicked nation, and the other nations are not having it. You trying to put sanctions on other nations, but no one ever put a sanction on you. And that's not fair. Why don't you be a man and let's, Esau ain't gonna do that. He's a coward. I heard that a lot of Edomites quit their job as a police officers because they couldn't put Jake in a chokehold no more. You know, most of the time, the only reason why Esau does all of that is because he has a gun. Esau didn't have a gun. I promise you. He'll be probably getting beat up and down the street. But I want to read this Pentagon report. China now has the world's largest navy as Beijing expands military influence. China is bent on creating a world-class military that can conduct military that can conduct joint operation across the globe and already boasts the world's largest navy, according to Pentagon's last annual assessment of the Chinese military. A permanent condition of military inferiority is anathema to China's leadership. Nowhere is that more obvious in naval buildup. Chad, Deputy Assistant Secretary of Defense for China, said during a American Enterprise Institute forum. The Chinese Communist Party has become increasingly confident of achieving its goal of having a world-class military by 24. Oh, nah, now you're bugging, East. Moab is crazy. Moab is out his damn mind. Man, I'm telling you, man, you can't, man. This can't be it, alright? Man, that's crazy. No, man. That year is mad. No, no, I can't see it. I can't, you know. I speak as a man when I say that, but 2049, the Lord, man, Scripture tells us the Lord is going to show in that day because there will be no flesh left to be saved. And you got these heathens, delusional, they going hand in hand with Esau. Now all of a sudden they think, yeah, Esau went so far, maybe I can do the same. No, Moab, you're not going to be the next Esau. You're not having the best military. It's over. You trying to follow after his footsteps. It's not gonna happen. A key component has been China's continuing uh, maritime buildup from its surface forces to ballistic missile submarine. He said its fleet number 350 warships compared to United States 293. I will also draw the attention to weapon systems and important highlights Chinese shipbuilding advantage in terms of its size of the fleet is both in context of the broader modernization ambition virtual class military. This is a long-term challenge, and it's not only demarcated by a single variable, which would be total number of vessels, tonnage, capacity, capabilities, location, posture, activities, and other aspects. He told a small group of reporters in a Pentagon briefing. Brigia said the Pentagon expects Chinese fleet will number 360 warships by the end of this decade. Damn. No, America's out of here, man. And not only is China already got a great military. You said great naval has become confident of achieving its world-class military. It said something about China has been on creating a world-class military that can conduct joint operations. China now has the world's largest navy as Beijing expands military influence. So now you got America, China, Moab, already having a bigger navy than America. So now, and you not only that, but China is allied with Iran and America. And now you got Germany and Britain and England, all these other European nations getting tired of America and joining with Russia. America, China is already a big nation, and they have enough strength to take out America. So now imagine the whole world going against. It's over. You're just gonna be flat. You're gonna be just, you know. You ever watch them highlights of Mike Tyson? You know, Bigger they, the bigger they are, the harder they fall. You know, because he was a short person, but he had quick hands. You got America thinking it's gonna be the number one forever. You got Americans, Esau specifically in this country, to think nothing would happen to them. I remember this one time in school. My teacher said, I said, Russia has a good military. He said, America has the strongest military. We're the greatest country in the world. No one can stop us. I was like, what? Esau's crazy. Esau, man, he's not. It just feels like he's a Roman citizen. That's what he was, a Roman citizen. I bet they said that in Rome. Esau talking about in Rome, talking about, yeah, Rome would never fall. Yeah, okay. Esau's crazy. You know. But that's it on that. I don't want to go further down. But yeah, 360 warships by the end of this decade. Oh, hold up. I'm gonna read down to that part. He added an AEI forum that Beijing, with its new confidence, has become more assertive in its territorial disputes with its neighbors from India to Taiwan to South China Sea. While numbers are only one element in measuring military power, China is also testing as far as seas and reach and exploring potential bases from Myanmar to Africa to South America. The global PLA military logistics networks could interfere with U.S. military operations and those of our allies and provide flexibility to support the offensive operation against China, United States, he told the reporters. The IE event, he added, Beijing has also continued to raise its defense spending across the board, from missiles to nuclear force to space. Everybody's trying to go to space. You're not fighting the Lord, You're going to get wiped out. Everybody thinks they're going to stand a chance, You got to watch that movie Independence Day. But Esau twists the movies up and thinks he's going to win. He's delusional. And you got these other nations thinking they can do the same. Because these movies is like basically brainwashing if you think about it. It gives you this illusion of what's happening in the movie. And you think, yeah, I think I could do this. Yeah, this. Esau makes these movies and trying to give you a little bit. These heathens hope think they can fight the Lord and win. Like, no, you don't have a chance. You're not gonna find there's no weakness. You know, you know. Esau and these other nations think there's a weakness, but the Lord don't have no weakness. Omnipotent omnipresence. The Lord is all powerful, so there's no such thing as a weakness. So Esau looking for one. There is none. It's over for you. It's over for you, Moab, especially your partner in crime, because every time Esau doing something, Moab is right beside him, especially with the face recognition, biotechnology, biometrics, or everything with technology. Moab is beside Esau. It's over for you guys. You know. Uh, Beijing will double its nuclear stockpile of 200 weapons over the next 10 years. Yeah, Esau's finished, man. Nuclear stockpile. That can go from nuclear bombs to missiles, radiation, whatever. And that's all them 200 weapons are going to be blasted over here. Number of warheads is not the whole picture, he said. The investments are also being put into submarines, air-launched cruise missiles, modified bombers, full suite and capacity nuclear So basically, America is over. America, you got Iran going against the sanctions. You got Russia telling Iran to ignore the sanctions. Everybody is, no one likes you, Donald Trump. Nobody likes you, you know. You got Esau. This is your country, but yeah, you're gonna vote for the same guy that's already making your country fall. That's how dumb Edom is. You know, Jake ain't that bright. But Esau, man, you're dumb. You're gonna vote for it. Esau really think Donald Trump is gonna revive America. He's made to destroy. You can from the inside out. He's. It's over for it. You got Esau talking about 2020 Donald Trump. There's no 2020 Donald Trump, man. And it's over for you. Esau's over. I'm gonna get Revelation 18:1. And after these things, I saw another angel come down from heaven, having great power, and the earth was lightened with his glory. And he cried mightily with a strong voice, saying, "The Babylon the Great is fallen, it is fallen, it has become the habitation of devils, and the hold of every foul spirit." You know, and the cage of every unclean and hateful bird. You know, owls, vultures. If you ever watch Looney Tunes, you ever seen that coyote and the road runner, that bird that runs really, really fast? You know, all these lizards. It's gonna be like a bunch of everything. The cage of every unclean and a hateful bird. Unclean. What are unclean animals? The owl, the eagle. You know, the hawk. We don't eat any of those. Those are unclean animals. Ostriches. You know. But America is gonna be like a desert. You know. For all nations have drunk of the wine of the wrath of her fornication. The kings of the earth have committed fornication with her. The merchants of the earth are waxed through the abundance of her delicacies. Drunk of the wine of her fornication. Taking up deals with America. Doing good trade. Doing this and that. Benefits. You need a defense system. America's there. Because there's 20,000 American troops in Germany right now. I heard Donald Trump say he's gonna pull them out of Germany. And yeah, and America's finished. America is finished. The food is getting low in America. There's gonna become food shortages. Probably gonna cut off the electricity, cut off the water. Esau's gonna starve people out. You're gonna take that chip, buddy. It's Esau in his mind right now. He's just, Esau doing all of this. Rushing that vaccine. He wants that to come out at least in late October, I heard, or November 1st. I'm like, God, damn, that's kind of fast. Esau's not playing because he knows the Lord's gonna smack him up. The Lord's gonna knock him out. He's gonna beat the bricks off him because Esau deserves it. Everything Esau did to the description of the Lord, to break it. There's so many things you can name is wrong with this man, and you got Jake, or not only Jake, but these other heathen. They're heathen, they're dumb, who they're wicked anyways. But Jake, you know, we get on Jake because they're our people. If we didn't care about you, we wouldn't have said any. We won't say anything to you. We don't always, we get on Jake more than these heathens because the heathens, they're not our people. But yeah, Jake needs to wake up and know that this man, this white man, this so-called white man, is not his friend. But you still got Jake out there trying to defend him, hold hand. You can't do it. He does not like you. And history repeats itself. It's getting really old. If you're still friends with this man, it's over for you. It is over. He's gonna kill you. Esau is not playing. It's gonna come that day when Esau is just gonna. He probably hung with the Edomite for like, I don't know, 10 years, 5 years, or whatever, since childhood. And once he looks at you sideways, when the dollar collapses, and he's looking at you like, you know what I'm saying, a bunch of ends and niggas and whatnot, trying to kill you. That's Esau. That's in his heart. Esau only holds back because the society, everybody's gonna look at Esau funny if he just bugged out, just showing his true colors. That all the other nations gonna be like, yeah, there's something going on. Even though the other nations know who they are, but they're confederate against us because Esau made deals with them. How you think Elam, they will get their own corner stores and 7-Elevens, or Ishmael get their own restaurants, or China gets every Chinatown because they had to make deals with the other nations to keep quiet about who Esau is and who we are. Because if they didn't and the truth came out, we would have probably found out who the Lord was many years ago. A lot of us, better now than later. You know what I mean? What is going on? But look at this. Russia holds parades in northern territories to mark anniversary of the end of World War II. We got countries celebrating, the end of a war, showing off their military power with their nuclear arms, their new guns. You got America, gay parades. You know, I don't understand. I don't get it. Hey, America, you're a joke. You can have all these Disneylands you want. Is that gonna save you? You know, like you saw, everybody in this country are a bunch of jokes. You know, they're not militant. They're not self sufficient. They're not battle ready. They're just everybody's just. I think I'm gonna go to Disneyland. You know, Six Flags seem nice. Like everybody living in a daze. Everybody's in a coma. Everybody in this country's in a dream. They need to wake up. Because the war is coming. Everybody got. There's been a lot of war. Military parades. Whether it be for the nuclear. The new missiles that they keep making, supersonic, hypersonic. All these types of missiles. They boast about. In these other nations. They talk about how great they have their military strength, military might. And you got Esau in this country. You got nothing. No slut shaming. You see them running down the street with no clothes on. You got you got the gay parade. No slut shaming. You got a bunch of. You got a bunch of protests. You got more division here than anywhere in the world. Half of all this country talks about right now is about the coronavirus. I don't want you to wear a mask. You gotta wear a mask. You back and forth, back and forth. You got people looting. People, so you got a lot of division in this country. This country ain't united. Country's finished. Country is over. You know, you got two of the main characters in the same land. You got us, Jacob, and you got Esau. You ain't gonna get no type of unity when you have us two together in the same area. It's not gonna happen. Just not gonna happen. That's why in these other lands, you know, it's peaceful. Not that I wouldn't say peaceful, but it's not as a lot of tension in the air, as it is in America. Why? Because you have the Lord chosen people. The Lord is displeased with this country. But I'm gonna read this. Moscow, Russia held military parades and other commemorat, commerot, you know what, other events in Sakhalin, Northern Territories to mark the 75th anniversary of the end of World War II on Thursday. Soviet military liberation of the Far East was emphasized at the events until last year. The Russian government marked the anniversary on September 2nd, but this year the date was changed after President Vladimir Putin signed a law in April to set the Soviet era to September 3rd anniversary as a national holiday to mark the victory over Japan. The events were held on Itarofi, Kunashiri, and Shkotan in the northern territories, which are inhabited by the Russian civilians. According to Sakhalin's local government, about 750 personnel took part in the military parade in Yuzhno Sakhalinsk, capital of the which has de facto okay, I'm gonna just skip the which has de facto jurisdiction over the northern territories. Okay. A senior military gave a speech in which he justified the Soviet participation in the war against Japan. Meanwhile, a special website on Soviet involvement in the war against Japan was launched by Russian Defense Ministry on Wednesday. According to the Interfax news agency, Dmitry Medvedev, the deputy chairman of the Security Council and former prime minister, said on Wednesday that it was pointless for Japan to react to Russia's action in Kuril Island, which include the northern territory, indicating that Russia would not make concessions on the territory issue. So anyway, that's not. I didn't think there was no point in me reading that because I just wanted to show that got other countries celebrating their military wins, their victories, And over here in America, we celebrate equality and we parade down the street. This country's a joke, you know. celebrate the another 45 genders or something. Esau got all these different type of color flags for other genders in this country. Esau, this got to be Babylon. It has, there's no other country that does the weirdness in this country. This country is sick. It's twisted. And it's got to be destroyed. You got Moab talking about 2046. Man, I'm telling you, man, no, it can't. 2046. Oh, our military is gonna be great. 20 foot. No, no, it's over. You know. Jeremiah 51:7. Babylon has been a golden cup in the Lord's hand that made all the earth drunken. The nations have drunken of her wine. Therefore, the nations are mad. That's the last scripture I wanted to get, but I want to break it down. The nations are mad because this foreign, Esau is he speaks with a forked tongue. He says one thing but doesn't mean it. It means something else altogether. You know, Esau not minding his business in the South China Sea. Causing problems with China and other nations like India. I think, yeah. Sanctioning other nations. Not, so you got a lot of countries not is displeased. Not only are the enemies, of America displeased, so are American allies. Germany, Britain, London. You got all these other nations in EU, which are supposed to be American allies, now looking at Donald Trump and like, what are you doing? I don't, why are you doing that? I don't like the way, basically, in a sense, that's basically what they're saying, you know. You got these, everybody's waking up to America's wickedness, you know. Everybody have military parades, in this country, it doesn't even do that. Why? Why wouldn't you not celebrate? This country's not about masculinity. You got men that rule this nation, but they got this perverse mindset, and that's Esau. Esau's weird, you know. You got Esau, you ever went to the science museum, you got a bunch of naked men from the Greek times touching each other with their fingers bended and, on statues. Like, come on now. You're sick, you got statues of naked men. They're calling it art. Like, who comes up with this type of stuff? Like, come on now. He's all sick. That's why this country's gonna be destroyed for everything, So many things you can name in this country that's wrong. The food, to the air, to the laws. And there's no righteousness in it, But this is Esau's habitat, like the lion, kind of like an animal. Because that's what Esau is, an animal, You got lions that like the savannah, monkeys like trees. You got Esau, loves wickedness. He rolls in it like mud, like a pig in mud. Squealing, that's Esau. Esau's that pig, and the mud is America, you know. Esau's finished, you know. So I want to give all praise to Yahweh, Ba'ashem Yahushai, double honor to the elders, great millstone. That's how you say Yisrael Yakim and How in the Bible. Till next time, I say Shalom.